Hi everyone, my name is Liz and today is April 18th. I am a maker of all things fibery, fabricy, yarny, those type of things. If you like what I've going on here, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment and talk to me. I don't bite. I don't mind talking to you. And I can be also found on Instagram as Liz's Fiber Crafting Nook if you're on there and feel like you wanna follow me over there. All right. My felted forest friend is making an appearance again. So I've got more of her garb done, and so this is going to be a unfinished project for ever, maybe. I don't know. When I look at her and I decide I want to give her something and add to her, I will be doing that. This time, though, I gave her clothes. She herself was finished, but she had no clothing when we spoke last, and I had some ideas about what I wanted to do for the clothing, and I didn't do anything of what I said I was going to do. I just did something completely different. The feathers that I showed you, I did have these feathers completed. I decided it would be a headband. So here's the headband. Well, I'm not going to dig through her hair to show you the little thing. I basically did number 10 cotton thread with size 8 crochet hook and did a chain single crochet band that could be tied around her head, and then sewed these feathers in whatever arrangement I felt like to the headband and tied them in. My favorite thing is the wild green and orange hair here. All right. Here's the back. Her booty is covered. I went with kind of a wrap. Let me tell you what I used. It's number 10 cotton thread, color russet, and a size 8 crochet hook. There's no pattern for this because I freeform it. Every row I do, I try it back on, and then I determine if I want to add stitches or take stitches away and where I want to do that at. That way it shapes to her form. It would not fit on a different doll because it is shaped to each of her cheeks and her belly. And so it ties here, and these are the black walnuts. I asked my husband if he would drill holes in them. I kind of like that they look like little faces. I think I showed them to you before, but the split in half walnuts always have owl-like faces, and that doesn't look like an owl, but he used if you want to drill your own holes, I suppose I could have, but I asked him to. He used a Dremel tool with a diamond auger bit to drill those holes. He said that those were the hardest wood. Just awareness of if you drill them, they are hard. Okay, and the top is also separate, and it ties back over here. She is holding the possum. She is the caretaker of Possum. I thought that worked. All right. That is the completion of hers. Let me make sure I told you everything I wanted to tell you. Nope, I didn't. Okay. The feathers. I told you I would tell you about where I got the feather pattern. I used 2 different YouTube tutorials and to learn how to make the feathers. One is called How to Crochet Easy Feathers by Coletta Crochet. And Feather Crochet Tutorial by Teeny Crochets. The Teeny Crochets one is my favorite because of the texture. You do in back loop only, and then it creates this ridge. I don't know why I'm telling you about it when I can show it to you. See the ridge? See all these ridges. And the other one, where is it? This is it. It's just, I mean, it's fine. It's just a little flatter. It doesn't have that texture. Here's the top side of it. But her methods were pretty much the same as the other one. So both of them were the same, just that the tiny crochets, she just had that little texture add to it that made those ridges, and I liked those ridges. Now I still had to decide how many stitches I needed to size the feather up or size it down. They tell you how to do a size. If you want different sizes, you're going to have to figure out how many stitches you want to add into the rows. And then at the top, you have to figure out how many to decrease to form your top. If you can do that, great. If not, you can still make the feather sizes that they show you. They were easy to follow. I thought they were great tutorials. As things come to me to add, because I've been thinking about some sort of cloak. I may add a cloak. I'm undecided yet because I have an idea floating around my head. I'm not even going to share, but I have an idea about kind of a patterning I want to do for a cloak. And if that comes to fruition, you will see it. If it doesn't, you won't see it. And let's see. So you'll see her again probably later off in the future, but I don't plan on working on that super soon. But I don't really plan on things when they come to me. Sometimes I just I'm starting it right now. Kind of like the possum there that just happened. All right. I finished another pair of baby socks. Here was my pair the last time you see me. Actually, it wasn't the last time. It was two times ago. Here's the baby socks I made last time. And here's where I was when I showed you I was starting it. I just barely had little toes cast on. They are finished. The pair of socks themselves, they're fine. I have no problem giving them to people. I think they're going to be great for a baby. This yarn is such a slog to work with. It has no give. It's also a little squeaky. I don't know if that's the word I really want to use, but we're going to go with squeaky. It just, texturally working with it, it's a kind of a fight, and it's not really that pleasurable of a knit. The baby socks are a fine knit. It's the yarn. I know it's the yarn, but I am committed to using that up for what I said I was going to use it up for. And let's see. I'm still pretty sure I have enough to make another pair of baby socks. All cat. Anyway, that's it. Let's talk about works in progress and we'll move on. Oh, and if you wanted any more details about those baby socks, I'm not going to go over it again and again and again because they're exactly the same as the first one. So you can check out episode 15. I talked about the yarn, the needle sizes, the measurement, the what I did. You can go to that episode if you want to learn more about what I did. All right, I have one work in progress, but you can't see it. I can't drag it in here, and I'm not dragging you there and wobbling through the house to show you on video. I am doing my new sewing cabinet. It is this close to done. Like, I'm basically waiting for it to dry. I have sanded it down. It was a Kenmore machine, was in it, and I am using it for a Singer. The back plate that holds the hinges and drops it in and out, that plate is short. So it was just too short, and there was too much of a gap here, and the Singer it's too small for the hole. The Kenmore was a touch bigger than the Singer by I think a half an inch. I went and bought a hardwood board. My husband cut it to the space, grooved in the hinges, and we put the Singer hinges on and mounted it all in. Works great. After all the sanding, though, I needed to seal the wood. I decided I wasn't going to stain it. It's going to be what color it is. Whatever color it wants to be. I took tung oil and I have sealed it. I'm on the third. I'm now waiting for the third coat to dry, and we'll determine if I got nice coverage or not. And once it's all dry, all I have to do is reinstall the drawers. I took the drawers out, unmounted them from the inside for the sanding process. The parts that I did not sand, I decided to leave a couple things original. The doors that open, I decided to not sand them and leave them. I just tung oiled them with the rest of it. They're looking good. Does it have some imperfections? Yes, it does, but it's old. I expect it to have some imperfections. And the drawers, I just tung oiled and cleaned them all up, and I'll remount them back inside. Those two parts of the machine, the cabinet, will not have anything done to them except for oiled, the tung oil. And then I'll have my sewing cabinet all finished, my new sewing cabinet. And I'll have to rehome the old sewing cabinet on my mission plan. All right. Goals. Goals for the upcoming week or two. Cast on the final pair of baby socks. I'm not real excited about it, but I'm going to do it and it'll get done. And then I'll be happy because then I have finished stuff to give out to babies as they pop up in places. And this yarn will be out of my stash and I'll be all done with it. I have several things that I could do. Some of it's weather dependent. All of it's weather dependent, really. If the weather is really nice, I'm going to take advantage of that and do the things that I need to do with nice weather. such as I have to sneeze. I think I sneezed last time. It is raging spring here and the weather is crazy. It's like wants to snow. No, thank you. Sun comes out, but there's pollen everywhere. Um, I'm finishing my sewing machine desk, but I also have an old sewing cabinet. It has the side hinge wings that come up and the storage bins on the sides and 3 drawers. I need to get that finished. I have to sand it out because it looks like it has road rash. It's my best. It's like somebody scraped something down the front of it. It's not gouged the wood, it's just taken finish off, and there's no way to fix that except for sand it. And there's paint on it, and people just do really weird things to their furniture. It's like, it is furniture. You don't paint your walls over the top of your furniture. You either cover it or you move it out of the way. People are like, I'll just dribble paint everywhere. I didn't even wipe it off. If the weather's good, I'm going to start that project and take that out and sand that thing all down. And then I'm going to do the same thing with it as I did with my sewing desk. If the weather is bad, I will be working on indoor things. I can't tell you what those are going to be. I've been cleaning and stuff. All right, and I like to tell you who have been watching, but I'm just watching the same people I always watch when they come out with new things. Bat Squirrel Speaks, Piece for Piece, Needles at the Ready. Those are ones I watched recently. Oh, and I've been watching about orchids. It has nothing to do with this podcast or video, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. Viewing content. All right. That's all I have in the way of finished objects, work in progress that pertains to the content of this video. If you're interested in life at all, you can stick around for a minute or so. I'm going to talk plants. I don't know about any of you, but I get winter crazy. I'm not a fan of winter. I just don't like it. I get cold, lack of sun. There's just so many things I do not like about winter. Then I start getting crazy and wanting to buy all the plants. Like, give me all of the plants. I really have to control it. It's like worse than crafting supplies. It's like, plants. Surround myself. No space for anything else, just the plants. This is... I want to go. I have been trying to figure out my orchids. I got orchids mostly by accident, but now I like orchids. And I've discovered that I can actually grow orchids and get them to bloom. I don't know if that's just accidental. They accidentally like my space because I know nothing about them. That means I went down a rabbit hole now of watching about how to take care of them. So, goals. Get orchid potting material. Repot the orchids from their crappy store stuff that's going on. Clean them up. And I replaced my bathroom light with a grow light bulb. The plants in there really like it. Some of my plants have been showing some definite liking. And I don't mind it in there either. I have a kitchen sink. It's one of those corner ones. By the way, if you're ever remodeling your house and you think, ooh, I should get a corner sink, don't do it. They suck. I live with it because it was already there and it was a choice somebody else made. But corner sinks, I don't like them. But there's a corner sink and then there's 2 windows in this corner. And that is where my Christmas cactuses, Easter cactuses, and Thanksgiving cactuses live, and they bloom there. I am thinking about installing like a grow lamp of sorts in that corner to help with the lighting in there. Just always so dark and drives me crazy. I'm trying to fix that so that it's better for me and subsequently it's better for the plants. Lots of things I've been interested in and doing. Nothing too exciting. There are life things, work and everything like that, like usual, but other than that, we're good. Alright, I'm not going to keep yakking at you. Done talking plants. I could talk plants forever. Alright, I will talk to you next time, and you all have a good week or two, and I will see you later.